So good morning and welcome to Breaking Dawn this morning. My name is Stephen Reese. Of course, we're here until 8 o'clock. It is Tuesday morning, so we have a ton to talk about and all of your phone calls to take. This is the morning where we have no segment for now until Seth is back in March. And the same goes to Thursday when Dr. Watson returns. All right, so I kind of lessen down the segments on Mondays and Wednesdays, and Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays is yours. All right, this Friday we are at the John Cupid Carnival Village again for another live show. Should be very interesting. But for now, we want to move on. Good morning to the regional viewers, everybody watching us internationally. We have a lot to discuss, including the controversial police shooting and the statement made by the Commissioner of Police as it relates to that shooting. We'll get some public opinion on that. MTS is in the news. There's a joint select committee that took place. I was taking it in, but we have the TTT news report that we'll get to shortly. I do not know MTS. I trying to figure this out, you know. How did the PNM spend over $500 billion in 10 years? Borrow over $5 billion US in 10 years. And TNTech owing NGC $7 billion. Right? Well, NCC had like $100 and something million in debts to clear. And this is only why I know about it. When you think about all the state boards and all these state entities and things, there's only three I'm talking about. And now yesterday we're hearing that MTS is owing $850 million to contractors and suppliers of goods and services. How you just spend all that money, borrow all that money, and be owing that kind of money? I mean, if you were spending all that kind of money and all your bills up to date, you understand? And it's in a no backlog of hundreds and millions of dollars in bills. I really confused, you know. And then you come now, you only give public servants 4%. So it didn't even like you give the people a justifiable salary increase. So you can't even say, well, the money went there now. I had to shake my head, yes. I really had to shake my head, boy. Me and line. I don't know. Maybe somebody could explain me how you just do that. I had a loss for words, so I don't know. Right? So we're going to get into the news here very quickly here. And then we're going to get to the police shooting. We'll get your thoughts on that. We'll get to the MTS clip. We'll get to, there was something else that I sent, you know. Oh my God, did you all see the migrant issue? 137,000 plus clicks is what the registration site got. I keep telling all this, over 100,000 migrants here, easily. You know, yes, let me not get a headache here early this morning. Some headlines quickly. Cabinet approves revised teachers' salaries. So for all the noise that tutor make, all it takes is a little patience, you know. You had patience when you was offered 4%. You sit down quiet, put your tail between your legs and you took it. So Cabinet has approved the revised wages for teachers following ratification of the agreement between the CPO and the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association for the period October 1st, 2020 to September 30th, 2023. And former tutor President Martin Lumpkin and the CPO settled on a 5% increase prior to the general election. And the new tutor head, Crystal Ash, recently expressed concern that their salaries were not adjusted by January. And he had threatened to lead a mass rally if the settlement was not approved by Cabinet. You understand? You understand? Where that aggression, where was that aggression all the time? Or what we going to say? We'll have a new leader? All right, no problem. No problem. MTS to undergo forensic audit. A forensic audit to the National Maintenance Training and Security Company Limited will be undertaken following concerns raised during a public inquiry between company officials and members of the Parliament State Enterprises Joint Select Committee. All right, and it was also revealed that the company is owed, right, $850 million from the government and various state entities. The chief entity that they are owed this $850 million is the Ministry of Education. And the Ministry of Education was, in terms of allocations over the last 10 years in our budget, the Ministry of Education was in the top 3. So if it was so they would have gotten an average of $6 billion a year. And they owe the lump sum. You understand? The majority of that $850 million. Now Daulat had to try and clear that. And all they want to know why the place, boy, you know. Look me able now. Griffith urges the Commissioner of Police to use the body cameras. Former Commissioner of Police Gary Griffith is calling on the incumbent to provide answers to why some 1,200 body-worn cameras produced under his tenure are not being used, referencing now viral CCTV footage which contradicts the police account of a fatal shooting in St. Augustine last week. Griffith said the incident is a serious concern as the deceased, Joshua Samaru, was seen placing his hands in the air as if trying to surrender before officers opened fire. And the former top cop warned that while he sees merit in the zone of special operations legislation, the incident has now pushed many citizens to reject it. Well, I tell you what, the Commissioner of Police said something on that, and he said that this wasn't no state of emergency exercise. This was a normal policing exercise, right? So this had nothing to do with extra powers granted to the police and that kind of thing. This was it didn't have anything to do with that. It didn't nobody kick down nobody's door and gone in the house without a warrant and ransacked the place and somebody tried to run or whatever. And it didn't have anything to do with that, right? I want the public to be clear on that. And Griffith would know this too. But what he said is this was normal policing. They end up in a car chase with a vehicle, and it is normal policing. The person running from them, for God alone knows what reason, this vehicle was, I don't know. I don't know why you're running from the police. I mean, I don't know. They said the people and them wasn't in nothing, but then just pull over. I don't know. If I am nothing, and I have nothing to hide, I have nothing illegal on me and that kind of thing, then why am I running from the police? You understand what I'm trying to say? And I'm confused with that part of it as well. I'm not saying that the end thing, I'm just saying why people do things that sometimes you can't understand. Right? And like I said yesterday, I think 16 shots, but then I spoke to Officer Shabadi on my radio program yesterday, and Officer Shabadi said 16 rounds of ammunition is not uncommon because officers have the firearm on rapid fire. It's no one shot, pow, pow, pow again. It's rat-tat-tat-tat-tat-tat. So that's how it is. No, that's how officers moving with the assault rifles, right? So I don't know, but I agree with Gary. Use the damn body cameras. Why are we not using the body cameras? But the Zoso bill, part of the legislation is that body cameras must be worn. They have no two ways about it. So the bill, while we could look at the pros and cons and the positives and negatives, whatever, the bill does put police in a position that it is mandatory for them to wear those body cameras. Right? It is part of the law. And I don't think that this incident should in any way deter anybody from a zone of special operation. I think if this is your justification, then you ain't want to fix the problem. You probably haven't admitted that we have a problem. You understand what I'm saying? And there are some headlines in the paper that we will go through. Director, follow me on it. A Rio Claro man was stabbed, his house was set on fire. A Diego Martin man was caught with his pants down in a woman's bedroom. What? Hold on. A Blue Range Diego Martin man who allegedly broke into a woman's home and tried to assault her is in hospital under police guard after the woman's relatives caught and subdued him meters from the home. At around 2 a.m. on January 25th, the 38-year-old victim locked the doors and windows of her Diego Martin home and went to bed. She told police she was awakened about an hour later by a noise in her bedroom and saw a man standing near her bed with his back towards her and his pants down by his knees. Look at that sick. Look at boy. Huh. Well, they gave him some good licks, you know. Deserved licks. What else we have? Dump truck driver robbed at Beetham landfill. A dump truck driver was robbed by 4 men while working at the Beetham landfill, Port of Spain. Police said the victim, a resident of Caroni, was driving a blue and red Nissan CK20 dump truck out of the landfill around 1:20 p.m. when he was approached by the men who announced a robbery. The attackers stole a gray Samsung S20 cell phone in a blue case valued at $2,000, a black wallet valued at $200 containing $675 in cash, and a First Citizens Bank card. They also took a black Adidas strap bag valued at $60, which contained keys to the victim's personal vehicle and his home. Descriptions were provided for 3 of the suspects, all of African descent and brown in complexion. The first suspect is said to be about 6 feet tall, slim built with a cane row, comb back hairstyle, and a long, slim, clean-shaven face, wearing a white vest and blue three-quarter pants. This man was paying real attention, boy. The second, also 6 feet tall, slim built with a low haircut, and was wearing a green t-shirt and blue three-quarter pants. Yeah, green and blue. Anyway, and the third man is said to be 5 feet 3 inches tall. This is real specific. 5 feet 3 inches tall, slim built, with a round face and no hair. I'm 5'8", just for the record. All right? But it could be you, director? You could be about 5'3". And you do have a round face and no facial hair. All right? And he was wearing a yellow and black padded jet ski vest and brown three-quarter pants. Now, you don't wear three-quarter pants, so you're safe. Right? Hey, boy. Down to the dump truck driver getting robbed. Police probe rapes in Enterprise and Labrie. Barrackpore woman killed in suspected home invasion. Wow. It's all happening, isn't it? And we do have the... But this is weird. I hate the abbreviation to this union. The National Union of Government and Federated Workers. Right? The National Union of Government and Federated Workers received a 10% increase for the period 2014 to 2019. And this was the offer by the CPO. And it is projected to cost $2.6 billion, split between cash and non-cash options, with a recurring cost of $250 million per annum. We actually have a clip. You have the CPO clip? The video with the CPO. He was explaining the increase. When you pull that up, run that for me now. Right? Now, he said that Dindyal, the CPO, said that the union would speak to its membership about the offer over the next 2 days, and he said if the offer is accepted, the payouts would not happen immediately. But he did say when it would happen. You have it? All right. In the meantime, Jameson. So we want to remind you to boost your immune system with Jameson immunity products to fight off the seasonal sniffles. And of course, this includes their cold fighter with echinacea, vitamin C chews with the honey lemon flavor, and for additional support, you could try the delicious vitamin D3 chews and ultra strength zinc. Chew, fight, and feel amazing with Jameson trusted vitamins and minerals. So that is Jameson. Make sure and pick up the Jameson immunity products. All right. Also, Chef has a couple courses starting this month. A matter of fact, it will be this weekend, the 31st of January, the Creative International Cuisine and the Baking and Pastry one, and in February as a City and Guilds Diploma 3. And you can call and get yourself registered on 3724639 or 7375097. Make sure and give Chef a call today and get cracking with the courses that he has on offer. All right? And I also want to remind you about Edenites Clinic, because Edenites Clinic is one of the most advanced state-of-the-art alternative clinics in the Caribbean. They do offer a dynamic combination of life-changing treatments. These include prolozone therapy, live blood analysis, halotherapy, limb bagging, nutritional programs, colon hydrotherapy, weight loss programs, oxygen baths, and more. They also offer consultation services including live blood analysis, detox programs, child counseling, heart disease, knee, shoulder, back pain, and more. And you could visit them at any one of their 2 locations in Trinity and Chaguanas. You could also call them on 640-8985 or 613-7571, and you can WhatsApp them on 493-9196. And you can also email them at edenitesdistributors@gmail.com. All right? So, we are 19 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock. We'll take the break. When we come back from the break, we'll get straight into the action with the Commissioner of Police and what he had to say. Some I agree with, some I don't. And we will get back to that footage and that shooting that took place in St. Augustine that has become very controversial. And we'll get your thoughts on it. So stay tuned. We'll be back after this.
Last year, you had the time of your life. This year will be even more fantastic. Get your tickets now for Gone But Not Forgotten 2.
I feel like home.
They gave us the memory.
Woman, you could run away too.
They gave us the rhythms of life. Now let's give them their flowers.
Trinidad and Tobago, join us for a special tribute to our legendary musical icons who have passed on in Gone But Not Forgotten.
Including Bunny, Swallow, Singing Francine, Shadow, Arrow, Maestro, Rootsman, Blacks, Sandoli, Ras Shorty Eye, plus lots more. Their music still lives on in our heart. An unforgettable night as we celebrate their legacy in Gone But Not Forgotten. Wednesday, February 4th at Napa and Thursday, February 5th at Sapa. Showtime both nights, 6:30 p.m. Your master of ceremonies, Sonny Bling.
Tickets $300 and $250.
Early bird tickets bought by Monday, January 26th cost $50 less.
Available at Crosby's, Jumbo Foods Barataria, Mart's Liquor Palace, Diego Martin Main Road, all Kenny Sports, Western Union, Tuna Puna, all Extra Foods, Athletes by the Park, and IslandEtickets.com. An extra $10 off for online purchases. For more info, call 732-3402. Gone, but not forgotten.
Is your life stuck in the same struggles again and again? Pandith Bhargav helps remove negative energy, solve love problems, fix marriage disputes, clear financial stress, and stabilize job and business issues. With accurate psychic, palm, and horoscope readings, he guides you toward the right path. His powerful 30-minute session brings quick relief and clear direction. Take the first step today. Call +1 868-347-2350.
If you want to be a better chef at home or advance your professional career,
Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy is the best place to be.
some of the courses that we offer here at the Academy: Creative National Cuisine 1 and 2, Baking and Pastry 1 and 2, Kids Summer Cooking Classes, one-day classes at the workshop. We have Asian cooking classes and certificating culinary arts, food lovers and professionals.
Start your culinary journey today with us at the Chef Shiraz Culinary Academy.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Brava strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycarettt@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
Why just manage disease when you can reverse it? At Setwaya's Holistic Health Clinic, we don't just mask symptoms, we focus on reversing illness naturally. Imagine freedom from medications and the cycle of dependence. Our approach dives deep into uncovering root causes without herbs, tonics, or medications. From diabetes and heart disease to mental health, obesity, and more, our personalized care is transforming lives. Ready to begin? Book your consultation today, either in our San Fernando office or online. Call or WhatsApp 279-3935 or 761-1952. Your health journey starts now at Setwayo's Holistic Health Clinic, where transformation is within reach.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Are you living with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes? Manage it with the unique Jameson 100% complete multivitamin with 400 micrograms of chromium to lower blood glucose, lutein for your eyes, B vitamins for energy, vitamin C, and lycopene for antioxidant support. Take a step towards a healthier tomorrow and make the proactive switch to Jameson today.
All right, so we're back on Breaking Dawn, and let me just remind you about the Keolic range of products backed by science with over 900 scientific research and clinical trials, all made from the aged garlic extract. And we are talking about the Keolic Cleanse and Digestion, the Keolic Blood Pressure Health, the Cholesterol Health, Total Heart Health, and the Circulation Health. They also have the Keo Green Powdered Drink Mix and the Keodophilus Probiotics. So make sure and pick up any product in the Keolic range at a pharmacy or health store across the country. And for more information, it's very easy. Just pick up your phone on WhatsApp, 728-0338. That is 728-0338. All right? Nice. So, over the weekend, there has been this controversy or this police shooting that took place in St. Augustine. If you could pull up the footage for me, nice. So, there we go. The police come out here. You all are familiar with this footage. We have the audio on this, right? It's supposed to have audio. Run it back with the audio for me. Let me just hear the audio again. I just wanted to make sure my eyes and my ears wasn't deceiving me now. You know, I have big ears. So the first shot was fired in accordance with what I seen and hearing there as soon as the hands came out the window. As soon as the hands came out the window, the first shot was fired. Right? Now what I'm saying is this, and I said it yesterday. I don't know what happened before, right? That the police, because we seeing when they bend the corner here as far as whatever CCTV camera footage could give us, right? I don't know what happened before the vehicle bent this corner, right? We could all agree on that, gentlemen? We do not know what happened before. We just know from where the vehicle bent the corner. Right. There's a backup vehicle there, correct? Right. So obviously the police call for assistance or backup or whatever the case is in this pursuit. Right? So I'm trying to figure out, we don't know what went on before, I can't speculate. So I'm trying to figure out, upon the crash and the hands coming out the window, why the police would opt for that level of aggression. Now I said yesterday that the hands coming out the window upon a crash, after a pursuit, where the police have obviously put on the siren, trying to get you to stop, and you speed up and you're trying to get away from them, and you crash, and then hands come out the window, that could be viewed by a police officer as your hands coming out, although you have no firearm, but in the split second snap of a finger, spur of the moment situation like that, an officer may fire a shot telling himself that their life in danger, because it could be the person putting a hand out the window to fire a shot at them, because the vehicle has crashed, right? Or come to a stop. However, that would probably explain one, maybe 2, 3, 4 shots being fired. But the quantity of shots that were fired after is where I have my concern. Right? Now, I can't see through the glass. I don't know what the person in the passenger seat was doing. But obviously, from looking at the video footage, we know that the guy put his hand out the window. I was talking to Officer Shabadi yesterday on my radio show, and he said, you have to, which is very hard for me to agree with or assess, because what you're saying is 2 hands out the window and you shout, I surrender. But we can't hear nobody shouting, I surrender there. Right? The driver may not know that, or the average person may not know that. And then from the time your hand go out the window and a shot is fired, you don't have time to say, I surrender. Right? If that is the case. Which makes it, a real touch and go situation here, because, like I say, we have no information as to what took place before and what caused the police to be pursuing this vehicle. The Commissioner of Police did issue a statement on this. And of course, we would have known what went on before had the police officers been wearing body cameras. And we've been saying this for years now. Body cameras. Run me the Commissioner of Police clip and what he had to say.
I wish to acknowledge the public's concern surrounding the police-involved shooting, which occurred on January the 20th, 2026 in the St. Augustine area, which resulted in 1 fatality and 1 injury. I would also like to offer my condolences to the affected families and advise that personnel from the Victim and Witness Support Unit have been engaged. A video lasting 5 minutes and 29 seconds has been circulating online, which captured 15 seconds of gunfire. While this footage has sparked widespread commentary and calls for the suspension of the officers involved and abuse of police powers under a state of emergency, it is critical to clarify that the incident did not occur because of any state of emergency or using any emergency powers granted to the police under the SOE. This was strictly routine police functions being carried out when this incident occurred. The shooting incident followed a 12-minute vehicle pursuit that began in Maloney in the Northern Division North at 12:30 p.m. and ended in St. Augustine in North Central Division at 12:42 p.m. I want to highlight that the video shared publicly represents only the final seconds of this pursuit and does not reflect the full scope of the events. Having reviewed the evidence gathered thus far, including the same video posted online, I find no basis at this time to suspend or place any officer on administrative leave. However, I have recommended counseling for the officers involved, and in keeping with our commitment to transparency and accountability, a First Division officer has been appointed to lead the investigation. Simultaneously, the Police Complaints Authority, which is an independent body to the TTPS, as well as the Professional Standards Bureau, are conducting independent inquiries. While I had considered releasing additional video recordings and audio in the public interest, legal advice cautioned against doing so, as it may prejudice the integrity of the investigation. The TTPS remains committed to accountability, but that accountability must be exercised fairly and without compromising due process. Should any wrongdoing be identified upon completion of these investigations, decisive and appropriate action will be taken. But at this time, I am asking the public to allow the investigative process to proceed. In the interim, I urge members of the public to share any relevant information with investigators and to refrain from posting potential evidence online, as this may compromise the ongoing inquiries. The TTPS remains resolute in its duty to protect and serve with integrity And we ask for the public's patience and cooperation as this matter is thoroughly examined. Thank you. I wish.
So those are the words of the Commissioner of Police, Alistair Guevara. He said that at this point in time, he does not see any reason to suspend his officers. Just to recap here, he said that he has recommended that they seek counseling. He said that this was a 12-minute chase that began at 12:30 p.m. And this was not under any state of emergency, special powers. This was routine policing. All right, those are some of the things that he mentioned there. 327-7400. Let me get your thoughts on this. Hello, good morning.
Yes, Stefan.
Yeah, man, go ahead.
Morning.
Yeah, go ahead.
A picture tell 1,000 words, you know, and people could only talk about what they see. Now, there's a clear indication that that vehicle was running from the police. It was running from the police, but the action of the police had to be thoroughly investigated too. Because, you know, I could understand the man shooting behind him, but we have seen that like that on camera, and that amount of shots need thorough investigation. You have a pleasant day.
All right. Yeah, it's obvious they were running from the police. But why? My thing is, if you have nothing illegal on you, if you are not a criminal, if you are a law-abiding citizen, and or whatever the case might be, and the police pull up on you or whatever the case is, why would you run? I am very confused. Anyhow, morning.
Good morning to you, Mr. Stefan.
You know, morning, yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Stefan, I just hope that you have the plug in your ears, because, and I just tell me, when you people talking something and they're talking stupid, you put that plug in your ears. So what I'm going to tell you, Mr. Stefan, what did the Commissioner of Police say that make me end commenting on this issue? Because for me, if you listen to what he say, he speaks very clearly, with no condemnation. I'm not going to condemn what the commissioner said, because I believe what he said there has some truth in it. And in my own belief, if the police stop you and you stop brother, you will have no life to lose. You will be all right with the police. But so long as you start to run from the police, your life become danger, because you is a runaway man and anything could happen there, because you're not abiding to no regulation to stop. Look at that siren behind you and you're running from that. It even means that you have to be even breaking the speed limit, because you're running away from the police, which is a wrong again. And anytime you do that, you become armed and dangerous. It have a beginning in this. I don't know the beginning, so I'm not going to comment on the ending, Mr. Stefan. That's what I have to say. Good day to you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a huge part of the story that is missing. And the part of the story that is missing is what happened before the vehicle, before the footage start. I don't know, because he said there's a 12-minute chase. Morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning. You know, looking at this video, if anybody traumatized by crime, this video is a normal video. And they really don't care what happened before too, because these fellas, what going on in the country right now, people might understand and point at the police and all that. And here, when this become a problem for me, you see, if the normal civilian chasing down somebody and they see a hand come out the window and they fail to recognize signs of surrender, I could understand if a civilian is going to squeeze the trigger in that instant. But you see, police, I want to let people know that police officers are trained, and they trained to recognize signs of surrender. There's not a... The police service don't put men holding that type of firepower without giving them the proper training assessment and psychological assessment that they can recognize signs of surrender. Secondly, they are trained also to recognize if there's somebody in the background of somebody, that they have to be careful when you're in your background, right? And all your officers not supposed to be firing. If your life is under threat, you would not take cover. There's a protocol. If you feel your life under threat, so you take cover. It has different protocols that take place, and the video does not show the officers taking a stance that they feel, hey, we're under fire here, so we have to fire back. They approach me. So whatever the commissioner want to say right now, it have a side of this population with the saying, yeah, whatever they do, just blaze up the car. Just blaze it up. You can't see what you need. Suppose it have children in the vehicle now. Then what are you going to say now? So police officers, for me, are too trained, are well trained. But that video, to portray what they train, that is a lack of, how to say it, they wasn't thinking about preserving their life and whoever might be the people. They just want to blaze up the car. And I don't know, but this is a bad look for it. And this is why the US government, after when the man fall off the chair, and they said the man fall off the chair and died, the US government pulled some funding from the police service, because that is not something that's not the policing. They're not the policing, no matter what happened before. Thanks.
All right. The officer coming on to the end here, who he put away the assault rifle and he pulled his handgun and he fired a shot, right? Right, just run it here for me, right. Right, shots done firing there, right? Bam, 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 bam. Right, this fella coming on, this one to the right. He pulled it right. No, just freeze it right there. He has to me, if you're going to put away the assault rifle and pull your handgun, right, after all those shots are fired, I would like to think that you're putting away your assault rifle because whatever the threat may have been is neutralized. That's why you would put away the assault rifle. But and you're just pulling your revolver just off you're pulling the revolver instead. So you put away the high-powered rifle and you pull the revolver. But he fire a shot. Right, he fire a shot, but he could clearly see at that point in time the position of persons in the vehicle. So if you're putting away the high-powered rifle and you're going to pull your handgun, right? To me, that would mean that the threat is neutralized. You're just taking precaution now because you pull your handgun. You come off of the rapid fire because it's no longer needed. You have a clear line of sight to the driver and the passenger seat, right? And I'm trying to figure out, like, we fired the shot for. Because I think that's the last shot that was fired, don't so? That looked like the last shot was fired. And right, and then the guy, the officer in the middle put up his hand saying ceasefire. Morning.
Hello, good morning, Stefan.
Yeah, morning,
Stefan,
go
I can
ahead.
tell you clearly what happened there, right? One police squeeze and the rest of them get frightened and squeeze off same time. That's exactly what happened there. But the fellow who was driving the car too, if it is marked police vehicles chasing you, why would you be running like that? I mean, if it was unmarked vehicle, I could understand. Well, I don't know who it is in the unmarked vehicle, but why it is he was running. But it's one police that squeezed and the rest of them just pull the trigger. That was going there. But we don't know what's going to happen there already. They're going to...
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen there. They're going to reward them, as I has always said, there's reward police with free holidays, suspension with pay.
All right. No, that could be the case, you know. One man fire a shot and one shot going off and everybody squeeze the trigger, you know. Morning.
Morning, Stefan.
Yeah.
You go Central, how are you going? Stefan, now, this is no means justifying anything that happened. But you have to remember something. There's a chase going on. This vehicle trying to evade the police. They're running. You understand? And if you notice the video, from the time the hand come out, remember the police at the back of the car?
Yeah.
The hand come out and shots fired. So one hand come out. So remember these fellas on heightened alert. They're in a high-speed chase. Everybody emotions running right now. They're approaching the vehicle and then a hand coming out the vehicle from behind. We have the benefit of watching the video over and over and over, replay, rewind. They don't have that. I'm not justifying anything, you know. But this is why. But if I'm not mistaken, Stefan, they did not find a weapon in the vehicle.
Well, they did say
ammunition.
they found a gun and ammunition.
Right, but all that video footage, you see any police plant anything?
With all the what?
I don't know. So in all essence, it had a weapon in the vehicle. They tried to evade the police, right? I'm not justifying anything. Because at the end of the day, it have two sides, everything. Remember these officers and them out on the road every day dealing with these things. You understand? I'm not justifying anything again. But it is unfortunate. You understand? And I think Officer Shabiri made a very good point yesterday, right? That all the occupants of the vehicle should have pushed their hands out the vehicle. You understand? But, Stefan boy, it is not the way anybody wants anything to happen in this country. It is unfortunate, police-wise and for the people in the vehicle. But again, the question asks, why were you running?
But that's my whole thing. We're running from the police for.
You understand? These officers only had one, you understand? So for the time the hand coming out the window and they're approaching from behind. You understand? You could understand. And the gentleman before, the caller before make a point. And you see it in a lot of movies when they say, when one person shoot, everybody starts to shoot one time. And then say, ceasefire.
Yeah.
You understand?
It have one shot go off.
No way.
Yeah.
They have no way. The police commissioner, the officers, everybody involved, including, unfortunately, the people in the car, could say, why are they running? And then the officers say, but why are they shoot so much?
Because
we could all make these.
They're saying this was a 12-minute chase, eh?
12 minutes.
12 minutes is a long time, eh?
No, I don't know. I heard that apparently it had a roadblock. And this vehicle was seen reversing and getting out of the roadblock. So I don't know if that is true. I heard that up on the track on Sunday, right? Because one of the fellas up on the track was talking about that. And they did say that a weapon was found in the vehicle.
All right.
And so, but it's, again, this is not good for both sides. It ain't good.
Yeah.
But it's a very unfortunate thing. But again, it comes back down to what I'm saying. Since a call, why were you running? If you have nothing to hide, if you have nothing in your vehicle, just stop.
Simple.
You understand? Yeah. The most they go do is what? Get a ticket if your vehicle not conforming.
Exactly.
All right? Have a good one, Stefan.
You know? All right. Yeah, I mean, oh, good. Morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning, Stefan.
Yeah.
Morning. To my opinion, with this situation, I look at this situation as clear-cut murder. Because at no point in time, the police would have used any caution in terms of assessing the situation. Even said the people was on a chase for 12 minutes or so. At a point in time, from the time the first officer come out of the vehicle, he started shooting.
Well, he fired a shot when the guy hand came out the window.
So the first officer had...
Look at it.
Yeah, by the time we look at it, the first officer came out of the vehicle, he started shooting. And when the officer removed his high-power rifle and take out his handgun, he already realized that the driver was dead. If we allow this kind of thing in our country, where are we going? That police could kill people. If you shoot somebody running from you, they charge you for murder.
Yeah, as a fuel holder, yeah.
Right? How could you kill a man running from the police regardless of what illegal activities that he's running from? He put his hand in the air. He attempted to do that twice. And they continue to shoot without assessing. This is murder.
Okay.
Anyway, how we want to look at it. Okay?
All right, no problem.
Thank you.
All right. Well, one caller's view says it's murder. I don't know. Looking at it a bit differently. Because like I say, we don't know what took place before that would have led to the officers' aggression or reaction to the hands coming out the window. Like I said, the first shot is fired as soon as he put the hand out the window. And I think one of the callers, a couple callers ago, I think when that first shot was fired upon his hands coming out of the window, it was a trigger reaction from the other officers. And because those guns, according to Officer Shabadi, officers now have the guns on rapid fire. So from the time you squeeze that trigger, is multiple shots coming out. And I think that could have been what happened. But when the guy put away one of the officers, when he had put away his assault rifle and pulled his handgun, he had clear sight as to what from inside the car, and he still fired a shot. So, morning.
Good morning, Stefan.
Yeah, morning. Go ahead.
There's only two considerations in this situation. You can give the police them a little bit of leeway in the sense that this is not a full 100% outright murder. The first consideration is that what took place prior to the shooting, and secondly, is they are human beings, the police them that is. And if it is, this is the reaction and the way human being would react in a situation like this, then they don't deserve to be police officers, because they could just jump out and kill anybody, anytime, as a reason of being human being. Why I'm saying this is that now that the police reached the situation where they had the car immobile, number one, you're sure that all the people couldn't escape by driving off again. Secondly, there wasn't in front of the vehicle. There was at the back of the vehicle. And at any point in time from that incident, the police was in control of being safe, that they could not be in any way of being in line of danger, because they came out at the back of the vehicle. They could have
I agree with that. I agree with that. Because if you're at the back of the vehicle and the man put his hand through the window, I don't think he had any. I mean, even if he fire a shot, for him to put his hand out the window so and fire a shot, he ain't likely to hit anybody. But then again, I can only speculate on that. But I think you have a good point there.
Because them is not Alwari Tran that was trained with high-powered rifle to turn around and shoot and kill people. The other point about it, of shooting, and they always in control and all these kind of thing, is that then now the man, you see the hands start to come out the vehicle. You understand? So with all those factors, we having legislation being passed in this country to stand your ground. So if people could get away with, police could get away with things like this, then anybody could get away with murder in this country, and it would be chaos. This cannot be condoned at any time or point in Trinidad and Tobago with something like this, with video footage and all kind of thing. And if we have police officers in Trinidad and Tobago reacting in situations like this and cannot de-escalate a simple situation like this where a car crash, they are at the back of the vehicle, approaching, have all the protection of cover. They are highly armed, and this could be the result. No. If anybody in this world could defend that, we know about bad state. Have a good morning.
Okay.
Stefan. Take care, man.
All right, I got to hold up there because I got to go to the break. But yeah, look, it's a very touch and go situation. From the policing perspective and the victim's perspective. Officer Shabadi did make a point yesterday though. He said the car didn't crash because it was speeding, you know. The car crashed because the other vehicle was coming out the street. And he tried to avoid the vehicle. And that's why he crashed. If you go back to the start of the footage, and I think he correct there. Yeah, you see this vehicle, right? And he come bend in the corner. He said the car wasn't speeding. But he was going to swing down the street here. And it's because this other Tida was coming up the street. Right? That is why he ended up crashing the car. You see, because he tried to avoid the Tida. Right? But I think everybody made some sort of points here this morning in terms of your views, your observation. I just can't understand what you're running for. You understand? I don't know why. Why would you run from the police? No, serious enough, fellas. I mean, I had to wonder that. I mean, that's an all in wondering that? No, if, you know, what I say here might be controversial, but we're always talking about the root cause of our problem, right? And the root cause of the problem, if you trace it back, is that you decided to run from the police. So we could go through the if and why, how and maybe and whatever. But if you didn't run from the police would have pulled you over. And if you had an illegal firearm in the vehicle, they would have fined it. They would have arrested you, take you down to the station. You'd have get locked up. You understand? You'd have go before the magistrate, wherever. You understand what I'm saying? You'll be alive, right? But you chose the other option to run. And unfortunately, the police acted, to me, in a very aggressive, maybe unjustified manner. So that brings their position into question. And it comes back to, I mean, Gary Griffith in the paper this morning, he mentioned the body cameras. Why the police officers not using the body cameras? The body cameras could have cleared up a lot of this. Because if you're in a 12-minute chase with a vehicle, we would have get the whole picture would have been painted. We would have the other side of the story. Because the officers' body cameras, obviously, would have picked up the car chase. We'd have get footage of that to see what took place before the video footage started here. And this is just one of many incidents. Remember, was it in Mova? With the Tida? With the police and them that pull up and open fire on the occupants of that Tida? Was that matter ever resolved? Did we ever get any information on that matter? Then you had the youth men and them in the vehicle that crashed into that they shoot up by Republic Bank in Port of Spain. Earlier, Christopher was the commissioner of police. She said they were reviewing the CCTV camera footage. Years have gone by. We ain't see nothing on that. We ain't hear nothing on that. Then you had Gilks. Remember the policeman up in Diego Martin on the exercise? And initially what the police said, they say some man up there shoot Gilks. And then after they run the investigation and the autopsy and everything come out, it was your own officer shoot him by mistake. And the man who they was accusing and had a whole manhunt going on for never fire a shot at Gilks. You understand? So there have been countless situations like this over in the past. And the problem with it is that those incidents outside the one with Gilks, the other two incidents, I do not think has ever been resolved. I cannot recall any update on either one of those two incidents. And this is the thing, the police commissioner saying, well, we're investigating and we're looking at it, and blah, blah, blah. And if there is evidence to suggest that the officers have acted wrongfully, then action will be taken. And I'm saying, how long is the if going to last? If is a small word, you know. But it's very long. Right? Because we're still waiting on the incident by Republic Bank in Port of Spain, and I think we're still waiting on that incident up in Mufa too. So I really don't know. Anyway, we take the break. When we come back from the break, we will get back to the discussion and a couple other things here to talk about. So stay tuned. Breaking On continues after this.
This week, Classic Russo continues. On Wednesday, 28th January, Classic Russo is back at home, City Hall, Knox Street, Port of Spain, with Ladies' Night. 2 persons on 1 ticket for $300. On Thursday, 29th, it's not because you retire. It's Retirees Night with a special retirees price of $125. Both shows 8 p.m. And on Friday, 30th January, we're at the Coco Shed La Brea from 7 p.m. featuring our star-studded cast. All-rounder, Crazy, Contender, Manchild, Hamidullah, Lady Wonder, Shirlane, Twiggy, Dr. Will B, Charlene Bailey, Master G, Mark Eastman, Garth Sinclair, the youthful Kyle Cowie, Andre Nelson, Nefta Kojo, Jay Edwards, and many others. MC Shirlane Hendrickson, chorus by the Classic Russo Diamonds, music by Classic Russo Orchestra. Get your tickets at Crosby St. James, Tuco offices, New City Mall, and for La Brea at the Coco Shed till showtime. Classic Russo for Classic Kaisu.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supplier of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78, Bamboo Settlement number 2, Valsain, between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor, and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Tired of the daily school run? Say hello to Open Minds Education, your 100% online school built for life in the Caribbean. From preschool to secondary, they've got your child covered. Anytime, anywhere, no traffic, no textbooks, no hidden fees. Just smart, flexible learning with real teachers who care. It takes a village to raise a child, and Open Minds, they are that village. Learn today, lead tomorrow. Call or WhatsApp 868-388-6635 or visit openminds.education to register.
At Adams Optical, we care for your vision with everything from stylish frames, contact lenses, and sunglasses, starting at just $595, to advanced eye care services. We also diagnose and manage conditions like glaucoma and cataracts with our in-house ophthalmologist. Additional services include OCT, VFT, and cataract surgeries. Visit us at San Fernando, Chaguanas, or Rio Claro.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors, roti makers. Try Chic Lisha high quality, unbleached, bromate free, all purpose and whole wheat flour. Bleached flour and bromate flour is treated with chemicals that can cause cancer, and this is banned in Europe and many other countries. Chic Lisha flour offers a healthier option, being that it's unbleached and bromate free. It also has a finer grain and a softer texture, lower priced and conveniently packaged in 2 pound, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. Available at groceries and supermarkets. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Chic Lisha Limited at 665-3336 or 480-8715 or visit them at Warrenville, Canupia. Chic Lisha Limited. Quality you can trust.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we heading to the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
Are you living with pre-diabetes or type 2 diabetes? Manage it with the unique Jameson 100% complete multivitamin with 400 micrograms of chromium to lower blood glucose, lutein for your eyes, B vitamins for energy, vitamin C and lycopene for antioxidant support. Take a step towards a healthier tomorrow and make the proactive switch to Jameson today.
Good day, guys. I am JW.
And I'm KKB, and we're here with CB to spill the new tea
on all things Chomé and Chomé products. So I just want to know what gave you the vision, what inspired you to come up with this new line or to add in this new line?
Well, thank you. It's great to be here. And I think most of all, it's the customer, one. Second, the science and all the beauty trends that are happening. Scalp is a big, big trending concern now. And so as women, especially as we journey, hair becomes thinner, gray, thinning challenges. So it's responding to that with this new premium collection.
Yeah, like that. And I've always remembered hearing you saying that healthy hair begins with healthy scalp.
Yes, precisely, because the scalp is the foundation. And today you will talk about hair microbiome, gut microbiome. Every area has a microbiome, and it means balance, right? So, for instance, if you have dry and itchy scalp, that can come about in several different ways. Chemical processing, sometimes medical health concerns, sometimes protective styles that you leave in for weeks and months and don't wash the hair or don't treat it properly, creates that imbalance in the scalp.
So, Ms. CB, you can explain some of the products first today?
Absolutely. So this premium hair collection is made up of 3 different products. The Hero product,
Hero.
Batana oil,
Hero.
right? 100% Batana from Honduras, pure, organic, can be used in the hair by itself or can be paired with other products. And Batana oil is renowned for healthy hair, supporting growth, radiance, and just helping, aging hair soften that look. The second product in the collection is the Powerhouse. This is the Batana combined now with rosemary known for hair growth, known for stimulating the scalp, antioxidant, and tea tree oil, antifungal, antimicrobial. And what is nice about these oils, and you can feel it in your hands, we have a nice screw cap, so you can manage it. It's light.
Oh, it's convenient.
Yes. So you could, right.
Oh, yeah, it's really light and true.
So it goes into that scalp really quickly.
Oh, nice smell and cooling.
And cooling.
Yeah.
When it hits the scalp.
Yeah, and a lot of questions really do be asked about once you tell someone about an oil, it immediately be like, oh, I don't want anything too heavy. And even with our tin here, nourishing oil, you know, the products are not heavy products.
The next one in the collection is the Champion.
Hey, Jeanette, Champion.
Right.
Champion.
And Champion now is the organic black castor oil, argan oil, and black seed oil.
Yeah, that's a Champion.
Black seed oil is used as a protectant against UV rays, which can damage.
Right.
And it also, any challenges again, mild antifungal, antimicrobial, your argan for thickening the hair, for giving that luster to the hair, and your organic black castor oil. Again, it's not very heavy. Organic black castor oil is a heavier oil than most, but with the combination of all the oils in synergy, it just gives your hair that radiant shine, feel stronger from the roots to the strands.
Nice.
Right? And again, it's very light. Not very, very light, but relatively easy to absorb.
And let's see how the sun hot these days.
Oh, okay.
And a little goes a long way.
Yeah.
So especially in the night, if you are getting ready to sleep, to avoid having any of these oils on your pillow, you use a Shamir satin cap.
That's what.
So, Sibi, for the best results, what's the most effective way to use these products?
Well, it depends. With the pure botana oil, you can use it every day or two depending on the area targeting. It is viscous, so you're using a little goes a long way. With respect to the tea tree, botana, rosemary, the powerhouse oil, ideally you can put it in the scalp. Say if you're going to wash your hair the next day, you can put it in overnight.
Oh, okay.
And you can then wash it out. You can also use it on your hair sparingly, again in the day or at night, especially if there's irritation, you know, you're scratching the hair.
Okay.
Yeah. And the organic black castor with argan and black seed, again, you can use it daily. Or what is nice about the oils, you can pair them.
So, CB, it was nice having you here with us today to do some always healthy tea.
Yes, absolutely. It was fun.
That's what it was.
All right, people, so we're back on Breaking On. Second hour out there was a word from Shamir on their wide range of products that they have on offer. You can check them out on all the social media platforms on Facebook and Instagram. All right, so make sure to check them out. And ladies, get your skincare products with Shamir. All right, so 15 minutes past the hour, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock rather. I want to get back into the discussion, but I also want to mention something that I think is very important. The Commissioner of Police statement, right? The Commissioner of Police's statement was well measured, well articulated. Now, we might not like some of the things that he may have said in there because of our own personal views. but from sitting in the seat of Commissioner of Police in communicating his message or perspective on this entire controversial situation of the shooting in St. Augustine, I thought was a breath of fresh air, considering the communication we have had in the past, right? In terms of other commissioners of police like Erla, who unfortunately could not articulate anything properly, right? Who may have put out a statement on this and, you know, it would not have been as firm and as measured as what Alistair Govaro issued, right? Erla would usually come and speak in this soft kind of, no kind of confidence, nothing at all behind the statement that she's making, things like that. McDonald Jacob himself too was not the greatest at communication with the public in terms of situations that may be controversial and create quite a stir amongst the public. So while I could agree with some of the things that the commissioner said, I could also disagree with a few things that he did put out. I think what he gave was a very holistic position on the situation, because he did mention that, listen, what was put out was 5 minutes and 26 seconds of footage. What happened? There was a chase for 12 minutes that started at point A and ended at point B, right? And then he went through to explain that, and I think it was good that he explained this so that the public understands. This has nothing to do with our SOE or the police actions or powers during our SOE. This was routine policing. Unfortunately, it ended in somebody losing their life, and now the officers will, of course, be investigated, and their actions will come into question, right? So I think it was refreshing to get that level of communication from the Commissioner of Police, the way that he gave it, because we haven't had that for a while. All right, and while we might not agree with the actions of the police officers and we might question them, I think the commissioner's, position on it should be commended, given what we've had in the recent past. All right, because I mean we could all be very clear on it. The only other commissioner of police that we've had that could articulate something with a great level of confidence would have been Gary Griffith, right? So, that's a little ray of sunshine on a very dark situation that the TTPS will face. Tomorrow, of course, I'll have Greenwich on, but given the fact that the commissioner said that it's under investigation and he's asking the public to have some patience, I do not know how far Greenwich will be able to go in terms of any discussion on the issue. What we will frame it as is somewhat of a general policing standpoint in terms of rules of engagement and that kind of thing, just across the board in any situation. All right, and maybe try to advise the public on what to do in situations like that, right? In terms of your hand coming out the window or whatever the case might be, or how a situation is supposed to be approached from a policing standpoint, or even the victim standpoint. I guess if he could give us some perspective on that tomorrow. But we want to get back to the phone line and take a few calls on this incident. I think it's unfortunate, but there are a lot of questions that need to be answered on this, and I think it's premature to jump to a conclusion at this time. Hello, good morning. I mean, I will question certain things there, but I can't draw a conclusion on it to say who right and who wrong that's it. Morning.
Hi, staff. Good morning.
Morning, my dear.
Firstly, I'd like to say condolences to the families of the victims, to the people who lost their lives.
Right.
Right? Getting that out of the way. Stefan, all of your callers have no idea what it is like being a police, unless they are actually police.
Good point.
Right? Police officers have families that they would like to go home to. Right? When you engage someone on the road, especially if it is a regular stop, you're not anticipating that they would engage in a police chase. Right? I find, honestly, as citizens, we jump to conclusions a lot of the time. We want the police to do their job, but we want them to do it conveniently in a way that is pleasing to us.
Yeah.
Right? Stefan, when I first saw the video, my whole thing is, why would you engage in a chase if you're innocent? If you have nothing to hide, if you're not breaking any laws, if you're not doing anything, if the police stop you, you stop.
Yeah.
Right? That is my logical thinking of the situation.
That would be mine too.
Right? Stefan, when adrenaline pumping after this chase, the first thing as an officer going in your mind is, why are they running? What do they have? So you will approach with caution. You're not going and wait for them to fire because it's either them or me.
Right.
Right? And I think we need to stop always wanting to chastise the police every time something happens. I'm not saying in this situation they were right or wrong, because we don't have all the facts.
We can't establish that yet.
We don't have all the facts, right? But if you have nothing illegal, if you're not breaking any laws, I don't see why you run. You bring about this situation. In everything in life, it have cause and effect. And I believe this is the effect as a result of what they would have done initially. Again, it is a life loss and we extend condolences, but we be too quick to chastise the police. That's my contribution, Steph. Have a good day.
No problem. Thanks a lot. Yeah, 327-7400. Hello, good morning. Morning.
Morning. You know, from a position of rationale, we could jump to all kind of conclusions. There are laws, there are police, and there are criminals.
Yeah.
And all along we're saying the police are working. And in the laws, there are procedures by the police to follow. When they have body cameras, CCTV cameras, it tells you one picture. And then there are things to investigate, which will bring about more questions than answers.
Right.
But I want to congratulate the police. The police went out there and do their jobs. And if it is an extrajudicial killing, the commissioner said they will investigate. And justice will be brought to justice, whatever means they have available for that. But my thing is a clear message is sent to criminals that once you commit a crime, this is what could happen to you. So you either surrender when you're supposed to surrender, or don't commit the crime. So you have to do the time when you commit the crime. And I'm saying I want to congratulate the police and tell them to continue doing their jobs in the way it is supposed to be done, following all the rules and regulations and abiding by the law. But at the same time, sending the right message to the criminals. When we call upon you, you do what you're supposed to do and follow instructions. And if you retaliate, you pay the price. Okay. And I am quite comfortable with that. So the country will only become a safe place when those who are charged with doing their jobs do their jobs. We may not always like what is happening. We may not always see it in a particular way. But we have to examine all the facts and let us look at it from the perspective, will we be better off by having these criminals on the run? Have a good day, man.
All right, no problem. Well, I just want to say, in accordance with the caller there, as he mentioned, having criminals on the run and that kind of thing, we are in no way implying, at least breaking down, the caller made his view, but we're not no implying that the people in the vehicle are criminals. All right. Morning. I think he was speaking across the board in a general context. Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning, sir.
Morning, Chief. Go ahead.
I want to bring a very important point across the table here now, which I observe that we as citizens sometimes do not pay attention to detail. And I want to touch on 3 points.
Sure.
The first point is 12 minutes of a high-speed chase is especially on our roads are putting a lot of other road users at risk and at danger and in harm's way. That's to start with. The second point is, it is alleged within that time frame of that 12 minutes chase, there were shots fired by the vehicle that they were chasing.
Okay.
The third point is, there was 2 occupants in the vehicle, the driver and a passenger in the front seat, as it may be. Okay? Now, when the police had gotten the opportunity that the vehicle that they were chasing came to a stop, they have to secure themselves, because in spite of the gentleman who put his hand out the window, they have no view of if that occupant at the side of that driver had a firearm or any of instrument that would have given them some body arm somewhere along the line.
Okay.
So they have to approach that vehicle with due care and attention. Now, because it was alleged that they were shot at first in the high-speed chase, there could be a possibility that they could have been shot at again, in spite of approaching the vehicle from behind. Now, on a fourth point, where you mentioned that was not speeding, basically, after the officer that you said, it didn't appear that it was speeding. You got to remember, on that stretch of road, it's a two-way traffic. And the speed that they had turned into that street, which is a narrow street, speak for itself that they were speeding, because there was no sign of this slowing down the vehicle to get in. Because I observed the vehicle that was exiting that same narrow street. And I mean, once we pay attention to detail, all the answers are going to be there, because the answers are there.
Right.
And my point is, everybody is focusing on the dead. The dead can't answer anything. And I cannot think that the shots allegedly that they claim that was fired could have been by the driver, because remember, he's on a high-speed run. So the occupant, in my opinion, I could be wrong, but in my opinion, could have come from the occupant who was engaging fire to the police vehicles that was chasing. Now, we had on that video 2 police vehicles, one coming like about 30 to 40 seconds after the first one, after the commercial has done, or the bacchanal, right? And we, in examining and doing an analysis on a situation of that nature, the greater part of that story is what is not on camera, where the 12 minutes of that high-speed chase has started and where it ended. Now, on that run in which they had tried to intercept the driver, there's regularly heavy traffic moving through and through. And the roads are narrow because he is using the south road heading north, basically, on the old southern main road.
Right.
That in itself, it's a very narrow road. If you watch the video, he swing in at a speed.
Yeah.
Okay?
He was trying to slow down. He was trying to slow down to take the corner.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, they used the right word. He tried to slow down because of the speed he was coming at.
Yeah.
Right? But nevertheless, the end of the day is, and I agree with all the callers that said, if you're including yourself, Mr. Gentleman, if it is that you have nothing to hide, why run?
Why run?
So the greater part of this story have to be picked up with the CT cameras along the way in that 12 minutes. I'm only repeating the 12 minutes because that is what probably has been established. I have not taken a time or whoever, right? But at the end of the day, within that journey, I think we need to rewind any of the CT cameras, if they were working, to get some kind of footage around that route in which, before we reach to this neighborhood of where the camera took whatever is there. But I want people to understand, right, that there was another occupant in the vehicle, and we don't know what that capability of that occupant is capable of doing. Okay? And I want you to understand also, when you're driving, particularly you are going at a high speed, right? You fire. If you fire in the shots, then you're liable to shoot law-abiding citizens.
Okay.
Right? So it has to be somebody else that probably would have been firing the first set of shots to the vehicle.
All right, understood.
And in my closing now, in my closing, I would like to make the public aware and to understand is only who in the kitchen is feel the heat. Now, these officers, right, they are only officers because of their profession, but they are human beings just like you and I.
Right.
And they have lives like anybody else, right? Now, people always want to blame the police when the police take charge. But it's the same police, when something happened to them, they run too.
Right.
So we have to draw the line across the board and try to understand the logistics of the profession and the law-abiding citizen. Thank you so much for receiving my call.
No
God
problem,
bless. I will listen to you over here.
Okay,
Bye-bye.
thanks a lot. Yeah. All right, we're 27 minutes away from the hour of 8 o'clock. I'll take one more, and after this one, we're going to have to take a break and come back. Hello, good morning.
Stefan, morning.
Yeah.
Stefan, now, while I'm listening to everybody argument, I just had two things I want to stress on. I observed the police have the work to do, but the thing I didn't see them doing at all, after all they done do all the shooting, all of those it necessary to go and administer some sort of medical assistance to the people, whether it's criminal or not. I mean, I don't feel sorry for no criminal. You know what I'm saying, Stefan? But everybody's stressing about human and human. All they don't shoot them up. Go and try and render some assistance to them now.
No, but that's
I ain't see that at all.
No,
The
but
police
that's
let's go about their merry business.
Hold on. That's what they're doing there. That's why they open the back of the van. Is to take them to the hospital.
Stefan, look how much, Stefan, what video, look how much time passed after the shooting don't take place.
Yeah, I'm looking at that, but you don't just move our body just so, you know.
I never say but move body, go and see and render assistance, see what going on. If the man breathing, pull him out, see if you can give him some aid or whatever in case.
Yeah, but what I'm telling you is that is what's going on there on your screen right now.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, to all the criminals, all you know the country under a state of emergency, all your rights have been suspended. So no matter what you say, do, understand, the police are all rights to deal with your case. Understand? So all of the criminals who intend on giving trouble, they see the outcome all at the face. I'm not feeling sorry at the end of the day, it's looking like the man poppy hunting, but what you are doing, why you didn't stop all the time? Why had to reach all this distance? If you didn't crash into the car coming around the street, what was going on? We would not see nothing there, they'd be going somewhere else. But at the end of the day, Stefan, the police had the work to do, and I applaud them. All the criminals, all the continual behavior, that will be the outcome for you. At the end of the day, Stefan, fire, Bondi paying them. Thank you.
Lord. All right, hold up there. Yeah. All right, so we got Setwayo aboard. Let me just give you that information before we go to the break. So SET's Holistic Health Clinic, powered by nutritional therapy. It's very simple. Why manage a disease when you could reverse it naturally? And of course, they specialize in reversing cancer, diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, digestive disorders, hypertension, and more. It is drug-free, supplement-free, root cause healing through nutritional therapy. And you can call or WhatsApp 2793935 or 7611952. Book an appointment today and rebuild your health from the inside out naturally. And don't forget, SET has his book that you can order via those same numbers, or you'll get it at all RIK bookstores nationwide on Amazon. The book is called You Are Not Sick, You Are Malnourished. So make sure and check it out. And we have the CFVS Learning Consultants. All right, and every child deserves a chance to shine. And sometimes all they need is the right support behind them. So they work hand in hand with parents, helping children build confidence, stay motivated, and grow at their own pace. And they also offer personalized learning plans, confidence building, and parent coaching, all designed to make learning clear, supportive, and enjoyable for your child. And because life is busy, their services are fully online, so you can learn comfortably from home. They support students of all ages and ability levels, meeting every child right where they are. So CFVS is committed to closing learning gaps and empowering every child to shine. For more information, you can email them at cfvsservices@gmail.com or call them on 275-1603. We're going to take the break. When we come back, we'll get back to the phone line, takes your calls.
Ostomy care is a unique and intimate condition that can seem challenging for individuals afflicted by it. At Better Life Ostomy Care, they understand and offer a wide range of products and services that will allow ostomates to lead a better life. From colostomy and urostomy pouches, paste and powders, antibacterial wipes, Bravo strips, deodorants, gloves, gauze, bed liners, and much, much more. They also have RN care available for ostomy home care with affordable starter packages. No need to look for nurse or supply. Everything is just a phone call away. Better Life Ostomy Care is located at number 4 Mosque Street, Caroni. You can call them at 308-6709 or 472-5878 or visit their website at www.betterlifeostomycareTT.com to find out more about their offerings. You can also write to them at betterlifeostomycareTT@gmail.com or find them on Facebook. Better Life Ostomy Care, servicing ostomates with a better quality of life.
Welcome to Caribbean Tourist Villa, your home away from home in the heart of Port of Spain. With over 25 years of trusted hospitality, Caribbean Tourist Villa has been a reliable choice for both business professionals and vacationers. Our guest rooms are thoughtfully equipped with all the essentials for a relaxing and productive stay, and our tranquil pool area is perfect for relaxation after a busy day. We've created the ideal space for you to relax, recharge, and enjoy. Give us a call to book your stay today.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE, that is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
Air conditioning problems? Then look no further. A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an easy solution for all your automotive, commercial, and domestic air conditioning needs. With 2 convenient locations to serve you, A&K Air Conditioning Supplies offers you an extensive range of parts and services, including pressure test kits, refrigerator parts, front and rear evaporators for maxi taxis. They also cater for both foreign and local automobile models like Kia, Hyundai, Honda, Nissan, sun, and more. So pay them a visit today at either of their two locations. Number 36 Alfonso Street, Sangre Grande. Phone 784-2707 or 386-5700. And number 133 corner Roland Street and Bonaventure Main Road, Gasparillo. Phone 312-2245 or 782-9720.
Tired of the daily school run? Say hello to Open Minds Education, your 100% online school built for life in the Caribbean. From preschool to secondary, they've got your child covered. Anytime, anywhere, no traffic, no textbooks, no hidden fees. Just smart, flexible learning with real teachers who care. It takes a village to raise a child, and Open Minds, they are that village. Learn today, lead tomorrow. Call or WhatsApp 868-388-6635 or visit openminds.education to register.
Is your life stuck in the same struggles again and again? Pandith Bhargav helps remove negative energy, solve love problems, fix marriage disputes, clear financial stress, and stabilize job and business issues. With accurate psychic, palm, and horoscope readings, he guides you toward the right path. His powerful 30-minute session brings quick relief and clear direction. Take the first step today. Call +1 868-347-2350.
Welcome to Car City Trading, your #1 supply of brand new Korean auto parts. Come on down to lot number 78 Bamboo Settlement number 2 Valsain between the hours of 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday and 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Saturday to get your Hyundai and Kia vehicular needs. Car City Trading has everything your vehicle needs, from a brand new head and blocks to engine parts, transmissions, suspension parts, body parts, electrical parts, braking system, AC system, even the smallest sensor and much more. WhatsApp us today at 704-2246 or call us at 645-2603 and let us be your car parts solution. Be sure to find us on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok and look out for our monthly deals and promotions. Car City Trading, quality products at unbeatable prices.
Last year, you had the time of your life. This year will be even more fantastic. Get your tickets now for Gone But Not Forgotten 2.
I feel like home. They gave us the memories.
Woman, you could run away too.
They gave us the rhythms of life. Now let's give them their flowers.
Trinidad and Tobago, join us for a special tribute to our legendary musical icons who have passed on in Gone But Not Forgotten.
Including Bunny, Swallow, Singing Francine, Shadow, Arrow, Maestro, Rootsman, Blacks, Sandoli, Ras Shorty Eye, plus lots more. Their music still lives on in our heart. An unforgettable night as we celebrate their legacy in Gone But Not Forgotten. Wednesday, February 4th at Napa and Thursday, February 5th at Sapa. Showtime both nights, 6:30 p.m. Your master of ceremonies, Sonny Bling.
Tickets $300 and $250.
Early bird tickets bought by Monday, January 26th cost $50 less.
Available at Crosby's, Jumbo Foods Barataria, Mart's Liquor Palace, Diego Martin Main Road, all Kenny Sports, Western Union, Tuna Buna, all Extra Foods, Athletes by the Park, and IslandEatTickets.com. An extra $10 off for online purchases. For more info, call 732-3402. Gone, but not forgotten.
All right, so I have some very interesting messages as we return. Somebody messaged me that said, hey, good morning. Stefan, regarding the shooting in St. Augustine, once the vehicle that was being chased crashed, a defensive position should have been adopted by the police to ascertain what the threats were, if any. Then the police will now ask the occupants to exit the vehicle. Police should try to get the occupants out of the vehicle while they stay under cover of safety. But we could clearly see that the operation was attack mode. And I said, well, I agree with that, but why were they in attack mode? And the person responded and told me, well, good question. As a former military officer, we never move into attack mode without making sure that the area of attack is in full view, where we see what we are attacking. And we usually do that by first spending time assessing the situation. Never just jumped off a chopper or vehicle straight into attack mode, even if we were being fired upon. So even if you're being fired upon, they're saying you still assess the situation first, right? So this could come back to the training or lack thereof, or bring the training of the police service into question, because even another person here messaged me saying that, well, first off, we don't know what transpired before, but the assault rifles gives you a single shot, a burst of 3, or rapid shots. I have training with the IATF, TTPS, and we are given M3 and M5s without proper training. Right? So that's another message that I got there. Another question is, why are the police not wearing their body cameras? Right? I and all don't know why they wouldn't be wearing their, I mean, you have the body cameras, you have 1,200 of them. Wear them. Morning.
Morning, Stefan. Morning.
Yeah, man.
So, I want to touch on the issue. Two things. We live in a country where we always tend to feel sorry for wrongdoers, right? If we look at the simplest form of things, imagine a pedestrian have no responsibility in crossing the road. They could cross the road however they want, to the extent they could tell you in Trinidad, bounce me, and when you actually bounce them inadvertently, they are not held responsible for how they cross the road at all, right? So yeah, they're allowed to do what they want. You is the only person who have to be careful in what you're doing. In addition to that, I want to say, if you look at that video, there was a caller who said that the police officer who put away the primary firearm to draw the secondary one, he's sure the officer had to have noticed that the threat has been neutralized. I want to say that that is absolutely not true, and it shows that if this matter have to go to trial and you picking jury members from the public, the kind of biased opinion people going inside there with. If you look at that video properly, you will see just before the police officer drew the secondary firearm, he was racking the Galil. It looked like a Galil, which means the officer may have experienced a stoppage, right? And he was checking to see if what caused the stoppage. You could take a second or so to rack the firearm to see what caused the stoppage, and then decide if you could, shake out the shell that probably stick inside the firearm or draw your secondary firearm. That is clearly what happened there. It is not that he realized the threat was neutralized and so on. And
because I was of the opinion that he had clear sight. I and all was saying he had clear sight to see inside the vehicle, and then he pulled his secondary firearm, the revolver, and he fired a shot. And I was wondering why he would fire that shot. But go ahead.
Yeah, well, keep watching. Watch it a few times. You will see he was racking the firearm, so he got stoppage. And I want to remind people of this. Let me ask you something, Stefan. Lastly, if your job is to pursue, let me take gun out the picture. You are Barehand Stefan Reese. And for some reason, your job is to pursue bad people. And there's a man who did something with a cutlass. Would you run down that man with the cutlass? Right? Let me say arrest him. Chances are, no, you wouldn't do it because you're bare hand. And the fact that the man have, you don't have anything. And even with him running away from you, it doesn't mean your life not in danger because his back turned to you. If your job is to pursue that man, right? So this notion people have that because somebody backed to you or because somebody raised their hand or whether their life no longer in danger, we have to come out of that kind of thinking. We're living in a country where we have voice notes, where bandits be threatening to kill the police and kill high-ranking officials. We're living in a country where a bandit will openly tell a police, you just sign off your gun, and I just get to keep mine. And look, I watched a video the other day from Trinidad and Tobago where a man telling the next man, like, you want me to go and get my gun or what? You want me to go? That is the country we're living in. And we just pretend as though we don't know what's going on here. So when a police chasing down a bandit, we need to face the reality that these people out. As a matter of fact, I could ask one more question before I go. If you see a man you don't know, if you see a man trying to thief your car, right, from inside your house, you're not going to come out your house to go and try and protect your $100,000 car because you know a car thief is a person prepared to kill you for that car, for your own car or your gold chain or whatever, at least in Trinidad and Tobago. So we know, you see these people who like to engage police in chases and whatever, they tend to have a certain kind of behavior, and it usually involves killing anybody or seriously wounding or endangering the life of anybody else so that they could make their escape. Nobody talking about the fact that this man who was driving so recklessly, if he didn't die at the hands of the police there, he could have killed himself and the girl the way he was driving. Right? That could have been the end result there, even if the police didn't shoot them. But unfortunately, I know what's going to happen in this matter. The police, unfortunately in this matter, and, I hope that they get the kind of representation that they need. I'll listen off here.
Okay, no problem, man. Several points raised there. I don't see any, some good points raised there as well. And he's a former police officer. Morning.
Morning.
Yeah, morning. What's up?
First of all, I want to hats off to the caller before the last break there. I think it was Barack Paul. So if you go back to what Barack Paul say, I have to give him some hats off in terms of what he said. Because if we are going to allow this, if we question all this what we see in here, and we as the public wrong, okay, and it will happen again, and we should question it again, because it happened in the past, okay? And
several times.
Question it.
Several times. Yeah.
Yeah. What happened to the people that were the 5 people that was in Miaro or Toko somewhere there, and the 5 people were shot dead? Were they fleeing from the police?
Yeah, I remember that incident. I think that matter went through the court. And, it was,
Right, so we have to know these things. When this vehicle pull up here as it is right now, the police don't know it have a camera there, right? I don't think the police know there's a camera right there right now.
Yeah. No, I don't think they would know that.
Right. So a firearm, they have no body camera, they have no dash camera to prove otherwise. So a firearm could be given to these people in the car, and whether there's bandit or there's no bandit, that is yet to be proven whether there was against the law.
Yeah.
So fleeing from the police does not give the police the right to execute. The first thing the commissioner say in defense of the officers is that it was not a state of emergency, or it was routine.
Routine policing.
But it was routine policing, but it was in a time of a state of emergency. The state of emergency is going to expire on
the 31st.
The 31st, okay?
Yeah, that's Saturday, I believe.
So somebody else now call you and say, in a state of emergency, your rights as a citizen is suspended.
All right.
So that doesn't give but does that give the police all rights to terminate? The police is not to terminate. They is to bring to people where they can to justice, and we have a judicial system that will administer punishment.
Okay.
There's a TV6 commercial. It keeps going on when they're showing you about the police. And the police is bearing on his bulletproof vest a Spartan mask, a Punisher mask, and to the background of it, a Trinidad and Tobago flag. Does that mean that the police officers now are warriors? Does that mean they are punishers? That has a very serious inclination and a very serious message to it. And if you don't put these things to stop these things, and you have to go on to David West and find out what it is going on and to get the perspective of these things happening. All right? These things, they're happening too many times, they're happening too often. That was a burst. The guy, after the gunshots, the guy's hand was still trying to go out the window, you know. Although gunshot was being laced. He's still trying to put his hand through the window.
Okay.
But you can't go on to go to Ian Allen and ask him for some footage, and you will see where there was in our backyard. The guy rolling a blunt, and the police came down. That time marijuana was still against the law, and they shoot the man in his back, turn him over, give him two again from their firearm, and then hand him a firearm. Ask Ian Allen for that footage.
Okay.
This is things that we need to put a stop to. Okay, that's all I have to see.
No problem, man. Cool. Thanks a lot. Yeah. I'll take this final call here, and then we got to take the final break and wrap up this morning. Hello, good morning.
Stefan, good morning. Good
morning.
You know, coming up by Valsin there, there's a line with the break in the line mean you could cross it, and if it's a solid line, you can't cross the line.
Yeah.
But opposite Val Park, there's a solid line and a line right onto the solid line with a break in it. I can't ever remember seeing that line when I did regulations. But anyway, I crossed it and a police car had sirens on behind me. But I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even know who it was for. I didn't think it was for me. And I pulled aside, and then they said, well, you know, you break the line and whatnot, so you have to get a ticket. So I said, okay, no problem. I break the line. So I asked him, which line I broke? He said, well, the line opposite Val Park, whatever. And I stopped all the way up by KFC, yeah? So I there in the car, and they said, well, they need to see the insurance. So I watching all these police around my car with all these guns. So I said, well, the insurance in that pocket there, could I take it out? Because I don't want to just make no sudden move to take out the insurance.
Right.
So he said, yeah, go ahead and take it out. So I leaned over, took it out, and I gave it to him and whatnot. But I still got a ticket. He said, well, you could challenge the ticket and whatnot. So I said, well, if I broke the line and, I have to get a ticket, I'll give me the ticket. Because I watching all of them around me with all these guns and for breaking a line.
Yeah.
So if that's the law, that's the law. But I want to tell you something. I got a ticket. I went straight to TT Post. I paid it and whatnot. But I just wanted to say one thing. One thing I remember, I'm not saying anything about what I seen on TV because a case is going on. Let them do what they have to do. Okay? All I remember with the commissioner earlier, Christopher, is her sitting in a beautiful blue dress with a hat at a tea party while people were getting murdered and housebreaking and all kind of thing was going on. You remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah. And, listen, this is where we are. You have to be looking over your shoulder. Imagine I got a ticket for breaking a line. I didn't even know I broke a line. So let this case go on and let me see what will happen with it. I go on.
All right, no problem. All right, so I'll tell you what, we got to hold up there. Tomorrow is another day. I'm sure that the segment with Greenwich is going to be very interesting in terms of his take on this or whatever information he could share as it relates to police training in for situations like this, the rule of force policy, things like that. All right, I'll try to frame it like that for him because he won't be able to give an opinion on it based on it being actively investigated, one, and two, his commissioner, which is his boss, asking for the public's patience while they investigate this. My problem is, Guevara, is that if this is going to be one of those investigations that starts in 2026 and by 2030, we don't know what happened, or nobody's been held accountable, then we're going to have a serious problem, right? I still waiting to find out what went on with the situation where the young men were killed by police during a chase where the vehicle crashed by Republic Bank in Port of Spain. Still waiting on that. I remember that clearly, where the then Commissioner Ulla Yearwood Christopher came on and said, yes, we have the CCTV camera footage and we're reviewing it. And up to now, we have not seen any of that footage. Right? Those body cameras are very important if the police are to justify their actions. All this conversation we having this morning could be avoided if the police officers have their body cameras on. And don't make it a situation where don't feel all they come in to wear body camera, and then when a controversial situation happens, it's only the police and the police alone see the footage. Down to if you look all in the United States of America and other parts of the world, they release the body camera footage to the public so that the public could see what the actions of the police was. Down to the situation with ICE the other day with the woman in Minneapolis. They released the footage, the body camera footage of the ICE agent. There are other policing incidents that I could talk about where they release the footage and you get to see what took place, the actual situation that took place. And that goes a long way in terms of the police service establishing public confidence. So don't feel that, all right, we go wear the body cameras, and then you put on the body camera, and when something happens, nobody has seen the footage, we don't know what just went on, the public in the dark. It can't be like that. You've got to be transparent with it. So we take the final break. When we come back from the break, we got some birthdays and we out here.
This week, Classic Russo continues. On Wednesday, 28th January, Classic Russo is back at home, City Hall, Knox Street, Port of Spain, with Ladies' Night. 2 persons on 1 ticket for $300. On Thursday, 29th, it's not because you retire. It's Retirees Night with a special retirees price of $125. Both shows 8 p.m. And on Friday, 30th January, we're at the Coco Shed La Brea from 7 p.m. featuring our star-studded cast. All-rounder, Crazy, Contender, Manchild, Hamidullah, Lady Wonder, Shirlane, Twiggy, Dr. Will B, Charlene Bailey, Master G, Mark Eastman, Garth Sinclair, the youthful Kyle Cowie, Andre Nelson, Nefta Kojo, Jay Edwards, and many others. MC Shirlane Hendrickson, chorus by the Classic Russo Diamonds, music by Classic Russo Orchestra. Get your tickets at Crosby St. James, Tuco offices, New City Mall, and for La Brea at the Coco Shed till showtime. Classic Russo for Classic Kaisu.
Concerned about the safety and security of your property? Then look no further. At Electromatic Gate Systems, they specialize in fabrication of gates, fencing, and much more. They also provide remote control access for sliding and swing gates and garage doors for residential, commercial, and industrial use. Have a design in mind? They can fabricate and motorize it into reality. Why choose them? They supply Italian-made motors backed by 10 years warranty, and you can ask about their lifetime warranty packages. Electromatic Gate Systems remains the sole authorized distributor for ProfoundNet throughout the Caribbean. Don't compromise your security. Contact them today at 333-GATE. That is 333-4283. Find them on Google, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, or visit their website at www.electromaticgates.com. Their team is standing by to assist.
When the carnival pace pick up, Royal Castle is the most tasty and convenient stop.
Welcome to Royal Castle's drive-thru.
Whether we head into the beach with chicken buckets and sides, having a house line with all the combos and sandwiches, or we stop by the castle to eat before the fete. Royal Castle local flavor is always part of the carnival.
If you're planning an event, make us your first option. At Reality of a Dream, we can make your event memorable. We can assist in planning your corporate functions, moderate gatherings, family occasions, christenings, and more. We also cater for weddings and other special occasions. Our newly renovated venue includes a majestic entryway, which takes you along a path to a fantastic indoor facility which can accommodate up to 80 dining guests. A recently completed, fully air-conditioned, beautifully designed wing, which maintains the theme and flow of Reality of a Dream, adds 30 extra seats for dining guests. In total, we can now seat a total of 110 dining guests. Come see for yourself the splendor that awaits you. Walk along the path and make your way to the breathtaking, well-maintained swimming pool and gazebo, and also the entire grounds of Reality of a Dream. We've also updated the Dream Suite, which comes with all modern conveniences, where guests can enjoy the feeling of an exquisite retreat overlooking the entire area. Reality of a Dream caters to professional events. We provide secured parking for guests, so call us at 332-6880 and ask for Harriet, located at number 15 Moses Avenue, San Juan. Reality of a Dream, making dreams come true every day.
All right, so we got to get to the birthdays here and wrap up this morning. So good morning, Mrs. Stefan Reese. My name is Helen Yip Ying. I would like to wish my mom, Nadine, a happy birthday. We love her very much, and may all her wishes and dreams come true in Jesus' name. From her children, Shannon, Shania, and Helen, and from her husband, Terrence. All right? Thank you and have a great day. So happy birthday going out to Nadine from your entire family. Hope you enjoyed today. Happy birthday going out to Katian and Kassari from your entire family. We hope life wraps you up in all the love, laughter, and little moments that make you smile without even trying. You both deserve a year filled with good health, meaningful days, and surprises that remind you both of how special you are. We are so grateful you're in this world. Enjoy every second of this new year of life, and we love you. All right? So happy birthday to you guys, and that is Katian and Kassari. Also, happy belated birthday going out to Inda, wishing him a year filled with happiness and blessings from his mom, Amo. All right? So, Inda, happy birthday to you, man. Enjoy it, enjoy it. Also, we would like to send out birthday greetings to Ryan and Rohan, right? Father and son, wishing them both a wonderful day filled with lots of love and happiness from Grandpa Rashid and the Mohammed family. You have the picture up? Oh, yeah, format is not in. Or WebP 461.web. All right, WebP. All right, let me give you a second with that. Yeah. I didn't even get to the CPO, and well, anyhow, the CPO has offered 10% to the General Workers Union, and yeah, MTS under the microscope right now. $850 million owed to them, and 137,000 migrants. Anyway, here we go. Right, so this is Ryan and Rohan. All right, father and son, happy birthday to you guys. All right, there's one back in the day when small man was in school. And now small man is a big man, boy. Way, boy. How time flies, eh? Yeah, boy. Sending out birthday greetings to Avril Lewis. This is coming from her husband, Avinash, and the Bihari family. Wishing her all the best and many more to come. All right, so Avril Lewis, happy birthday to you. And finally, happy birthday going out to Terrell Sebro Johnson. All right, Terrell Sebro Johnson, celebrating his birthday today. He's 12 years old today. And this is coming from Boyo and Mummy Charisse, Auntie Curleen and Jewel and JC. Brothers Mikhail, Major, Tyrese, and sister Mimi, Granny Ingrid, Papa Point, and Grandpa Sebro, and the whole of the Ignatius family. Love you, enjoy, enjoy. Granny Ingrid watches Stefan every morning. Love you, Stefan. All right, Granny Ingrid, love you too. And thanks a lot for the support. Nice, man. He's a beach bug, man. Good vibes. Real picture on the beach boy. That beach bug, he's a beach bug. What's that? You can't show what? Oh. All right. All right, people. So that's it for today. Tomorrow, Behind the Badge with Sergeant Greenwich. Should be interesting, to say the least. And, of course, we got Pastor John tomorrow as well. And then Thursday we are clear. And then Friday we're back at the Carnival Village. So, lots to do this week as we take you into the weekend. Middle of Carnival, man. Things happening. All right? So, until tomorrow, do have a safe and productive day. We are out.
Good morning. Welcome to Breaking Dawn.